Hi guys, welcome to the channel of love. I was just checking to see if it was recording. My neck's been a bit crook today. Anyway, I've got a crook neck. Good evening. I've been waiting about half an hour to do your reading. It's been interesting. That half an hour. The signs and synchronicities. Anyway, if I have to talk about them, then I will. The Tarot Mucha. How many cards shall we pull? They feel nice and light. That's interesting, the word lifeless was coming through. But I felt that, okay, they've got a bit heavy now. Is this the energy of, because in that half hour you were making me laugh, okay? I was giggling. It was like you had sex on the mind. And then just before the reading, I feel a bit tired and worn out. It was like an energetic high, and then there was like a slump. That's what I felt with these cards, feeling lifeless, no care in the world, okay? You're turned on. And then comes this heaviness. Okay, I've got the card. This could be being interrupted whilst you're working, because you can see this masculine here, he's working on something and he's quite solitude, look, on his own. But then there's two figures here and I'm taken to, first of all, I felt like me waiting for half an hour to be able to do you a reading because there was people around. But then when you are alone, they feel like the ancestors are with you with a plan. Is this in your spare time? Do you have time to spare? This looks like two figures. Could be a love heart, look. Okay, I can tell you about this then, of not focusing. I've opened the fridge to put the sugar in there. I don't know why. And I opened the fridge to put the kettle in there. Not sure about that one either. And then when I next went to make a cup of coffee, I had to open up the bag of sugar. And I opened it up upside down, which it's easier to open it up the way you're meant to open it up. Should put it that way. Sugar. Feels like there could be an avalanche of sugar if somebody moves the packet. If somebody moves the packet. Okay, it's going to be an avalanche. Jeez. Why is this masculine like this? Is he hiding himself because there was that strong sexual energy? Supposed to be working, but you're focusing on, there's like, I don't know what to call them. I was taken to the Egyptian times of tombs, but this is like a joint tomb. It's where you would, it's like, I don't know what to call it, a shadow of a person. And then I was taken to that lifeless energy and then having no life. They felt heavy as if all the life's been drained out of you. Okay, so you're trying to bring this to life. That's what you're focusing on. You're not focusing on these three pentacles, which would be about working in conjunction with others. I'm not sure anyone else can really help you with this, apart from these wise ancestors. I felt like you're helping out in a church so that you could actually be in that surrounding, because it's calm. It's calming. You don't often hear people shouting in church. Well, this here is the High Priestess. She will have links to this here, which represents a Torah. These ancestors and the Divine Feminine, the High Priestess here, have the answers that this masculine seeking, so nobody else can help him in the physical world, because Pentacles is about the physical. Okay, your money in the physical world. No money can help you with this situation. But then I noticed, obviously, the two Divine Feminine, well, that's actually the Divine Feminine's pillar and the Divine Masculine's pillar. And what's highlighted? A BJ. Okay, I'll tell you about that synchronization. So, while I was waiting to come on and do a reading, I knew I was be using these cards. And I saw myself going like boom, boom, boom. And it was like, let me hear you say way-oh, way-oh, boom, boom, boom. So that then led me to the dirty version that the Out Here brothers sang. But it's not boom, boom, boom. It's don't stop. And so I had my headphones in and I was watching this video. Let me see if I can show you. Of this little character moving. But the lyrics are filthy. Girl, you've got to suck my dick. And you've got to suck it quick. That's so funny. Oh, let me, I might be able to, don't stop. Okay, and here he is, through the whole song. It's funny. It looks like a mushroom guy. What's the mushroom guy called from Mario? Toad. Okay. Well, you can't do that one alone, can you? Okay, so desperate times call for desperate measures. Okay. Because there's all these feelings of, you know, well, listen to the song, listen to the lyrics, and it will all make sense. But then there's this slump because you don't have that, do you, to be able to do that in the physical. It's, girl, you know you are the one. Shake that ass and make me come. I was just watching this little toad dude like bopping it with these lyrics. It was just very funny. And then we composed ourselves to come on with the feelings back again. I get like that feelings back again. You've lost that loving feeling. No, you've not. Okay, so you've got the Chariots. You're going to have to do something about this. And it is you that has to do something, because I've just explained to you that the white pillar here, let's say the yin yang, okay? Oh, looks like they're staring each other out here. Okay, the yin yang wants to come together. It wants to slot into place, like physically, slot in. So we have the feminine, the black, dark. I don't know. And then we have the white light. That took me to her being bored. And this here is like, not a joke, but it's a very joking around, light-hearted energy. It's nice. I mean, it makes me giggle. Just see this red across here. Filth, I'm telling you, but funny. Okay. So we go to the black Sphinx. Now, the thing with the Sphinxes is you're not allowed to pass through the barrier of the Sphinx until you can solve the riddle. I say Divine Feminine solved the riddle, seeing as she has the Torah, and you're only given rights to the Torah when you've earned them. You solve the riddle. Okay, so these ancestors are here helping you to solve the riddle. The riddle is man. That's the answer. It's something about what's born with 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs in the afternoon, and 3 legs in the evening. It's man. Are you still on your 2 legs, or do you have a walking stick? You crawl, okay. And then you walk, and then you need some help, assistance. I was taken to that 3rd leg, helping assistance being what you're covering up here. It's coming in, look, it's coming in strong. Here comes the feeling. There's no hiding it, because I feel maybe you might have been crying as well. Although it does look like a scar on your face here, or I don't know, or a war wound. The curtains have been drawn back. The tale of 2 cities. I'm just taken to 2 different cities here. Anyway, the white Sphinx is up. And she looks quite smug. I think she's just resting. But it's like, I solved the riddle, but I can't move, like progress forward in the divine plan until you've solved the riddle. So we'll just wait. What come through is we'll just sit here and wait. You will solve the riddle. I mean, you've been chosen. Okay. Okie dokie. Now, what cards do we go to then? Because I have the Romance Angels. I have the Power of Love cards. I have the Divine Feminine cards. And I have the Greek mythology cards. I picked up the Egyptian here with the tomb. And then we have the Sphinxes here. Greek mythology takes me to these columns. Let's go to the Divine Feminine's deck first. Let's see what's going on with the Divine Feminine. So are you thinking about blowjobs too? And she's like, no, I've reined that in. I've managed to balance my thoughts to not let them run rampant, which they can do. Okay, let's see what card comes from the Divine Feminine's deck. It is Inanna, the Queen of Heaven and Earth. I have nothing to hide. I see and accept all that I am. So the Divine Feminine's not hiding. I see and accept all that I am. So she can see who she is and she accepts who she is, the Divine Feminine. Very intuitive, here for a purpose, a sacred purpose. She also knows who you are. So this is a time for you to see and accept all that you are. And you have nothing to hide. That's why you've got to curb those thoughts. Because for a masculine, it's a little more difficult, a lot more difficult to hide arousal. But the thing is, you can't hide the look of love on your face. Yeah, it's just more evident, isn't it? Like, not smug, she's proud. You're still holding your head down. You should be proud of who you are. Okay, so also what's gone through my mind whilst waiting to do the reading was this. It's going to help, okay? How do you feel? What do you think? Both. The Divine Feminine. What do you think the Divine Feminine thinks about you? How do you think the Divine Feminine feels about you? And how you answer that is going to be an indicator of how you see yourself. How does the Divine Feminine believe, thinks, the Divine Masculine feels, thinks about her? Well, she's bloody brilliant, isn't she? She's wonderful. She's beautiful, the most beautiful woman. See? The most caring, loving. And she's one of a kind. That's how the Divine Feminine views how the Divine Masculine sees her and feels about her. Because that's how she sees and views herself. And I know that the masculines are really holding themselves back because they're embarrassed and disgusted with their own behaviour. So, of course, the Divine Feminine would feel the same way. The Divine Feminine has a deeper understanding about why everything has happened the way that it has. That's enlightenment. So let's have a look at this. In Anna, the Queen of Heaven and Earth. Just because you wouldn't want to speak to you again doesn't mean that the Divine Feminine doesn't want to speak to you again. That's all I can hear is. I'd be surprised if she ever wants to speak to me again. Seriously? In Anna represents the power that comes back to us when we accept and integrate our shadow. So that's what we're doing here. Just couldn't really, lots of things were coming through. A tomb, shadow, silhouette was coming through as well. Inanna was the most prominent female deity in ancient, how do I say this word? Mesopotamia. At the height of her worship, around the Uruk period of 4000 to 2000 BCE, temples and shrines dedicated to Inanna line the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. Her name is Sumerian for Lady of Heaven. Her temples housed her priestesses, the High Priestess. That's what that card is, card number 2. From the Major Arcana, the High Priestess. Her temples housed her priestesses, and they each would take a man to bed with them on the spring equinox to reenact the divine marriage, or Eros Gamos, between Inanna and her consort, Dumuzi. Wow. To reenact the divine marriage. The Eros Gamos is an ancient ritual of uniting the opposites from within. The male and the female, the light and the dark, all pointed out to you guys. So the Eros Gamos is an ancient ritual of uniting the opposites from within. The male and the female, the light and the dark, and most especially heaven and earth. This theme occurs in accounts of Inanna's descent into the underworld to find her sister, Ereshkigal. She must take off an article of clothing at each of the 7 gates, so that when she finally reaches her sister, she is naked. And when Inanna ascends, she does so with Ereshkigal's power. So when your soul selects her card, Inanna goes into the depths of her own unconscious to merge with her twin sister self. I feel this is to merge with your twin, your divine masculine self or your divine feminine self. The opposite. She becomes more powerful because she is no longer using conscious psychic energy to keep her shadow or negative attributes hidden deep underground. She courageously descends and faces the aspects of herself that are hard to get to when she's fully dressed or cloaked heavily in the ego. Inanna is an invitation to get naked. Don't stop moving, baby. Drive me crazy. Wiggle, wiggle. Energy. She wants us to drop our defences. She wants us to see how holy and sacred it is to be vulnerable. As above, so below. This is an alchemical, how do I pronounce this word? Adage, that suggests heaven and earth are not so separate. It suggests that within us, deep down in the dark cages where we place parts of ourselves, the truths that exist there also exist right here on the surface of our everyday lives. So if we are exerting great amounts of energy to keep from seeing our shadow, it is actually playing a large role in our conscious life. And here it is showing up. Even though you should be working consciously on these pentacles. When we can face what we think is dark or negative about us, I mean really embrace it and see it for what it is. A beautiful broken place, that's a call for love. Okay. So when we can face what we think is dark or negative about us, I mean really embrace it and see it for what it is, a beautiful broken place, that's a call for love, then we can emerge more whole. We can marry the light and dark aspects of our being. And in uniting with our twin sister from the depths, we can stop projecting her onto other women. We can see and own the hot mess we often are and not get sabotaged by it. The light must cast a shadow, and the High Priestess is the one who gets called to love them both. So the Divine Feminine loves your shadow side. The High Priestess, and the High Priestess is the one who gets called to love them both. She loves you. She loves you, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. Cheers to light and dark, light and shadow. It don't matter if you're black or white. Soul voice meditation. Can I love my shadow as much as my light? Intention, I have nothing to hide. I see and accept all that I am. Beautiful message. So can we go to the power of love now? We sure can. Okay. The power of love. A force from above, cleaning my soul. I'll protect you from the hooded claw, keep the vampires from your door. When the chips are down, I'll be around with my undying, death-defying love for you. Humility. You have developed the loving awareness that you and everyone else are the same, but on different paths. Humility, my darling. Just dropped all the cards onto the floor. Virtue. You acknowledge your loving spiritual attributes that encourage others to grow. Okay, right. Let's have a look at humility. Remember to acknowledge that no one is lesser or greater than you. Only some employ the tools of love, compassion, and acceptance to a lesser or greater extent. Humility is one of life's most estimable qualities. Accepting others as fellow souls who only desire love and understanding and encouragement is the highest achievement of all. Learn not to compare yourself to others, because you never really know what personal trials and obstacles they face. A humble soul does not come from a space of fear, but attempts to take chances on new ideas and experiences for the benefit of all. Ever grateful for today and enthusiastic about what tomorrow may bring, they naturally exhibit compassion and charity, deriving true joy from giving rather than receiving. When you live without self-importance and pride, you find it easy to practice kindness. Life doesn't revolve only when you can. Life doesn't revolve only what you can do to succeed. I'm missing out words. Life doesn't revolve around only what you can do to succeed, but what you can do to help those on your path. With a humble spirit, you never need to compare yourself to another, because you realise that it is our inherent uniqueness that teaches us about the world in which we live. Everyone has a purpose for being. Romance angels. What's with the sirens? The romance angels. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. See the masculine here, reaching out. Giving her a little squeeze and a kiss. Kiss me quick, squeeze me slow. It's like a seaside hat. A pork pie hat. Okay. Make the effort. You see here. How much of these cards can you actually see? I forget that I've got the room. Make the effort. You receive this card because some action steps on your part are necessary in order for your prayers about your love life to be answered. The angels have opened the doors for you, and now it's time for you to walk through them. So why are we hiding here? The angels have opened the doors for you. I feel the divine feminine sitting just on the other side of there. Okay. It's like she's a gatekeeper. And I felt this is like a doorway. Curtains have been drawn back. Make the effort. Still hiding your face. Okay, this message just came out. I'm going to the scar now because Jamie had a customer who didn't really want to open her door to see him because she had had a fall and she had like a black eye. And that energy, that story, kind of pulled in the energy of the masculines maybe not wanting to be seen for whatever reasons. But Jamie said to her, no, don't be silly, I'm not worried about anything like that. And she did open the door to him. So you received this card because some action steps on your part are necessary in order for your prayers about your love life to be answered. The angels have opened the doors for you, and now it's time for you to walk through them. The first thing that comes to mind with respect to taking action is a good starting place for you. When you ask for spiritual help, you always receive it. Often this help comes in the form of intuitive guidance, which consists of repetitive feelings and thoughts. You get the sense that you should do this or that. You receive this card as a nudge to actually take that action. You'll then receive the next piece of the puzzle, meaning another intuitive message about what to do. If you like, you can ask the angels to give you the motivation, courage, time, and energy to take these steps. Know that each one brings you closer upon the pathway to great love. So the intuitive messages. I feel like the divine feminine is like on the same page as the divine here, your spiritual assistants. How do we get him onto the same page? And it's these intuitive nudges, these messages that keep interrupting your day that you need to be paying attention to. Let's go to the Greek mythology cards. You see, like, it's like you're being guided to talk. It said whatever comes to mind about, you know, taking action, that's a good starting place. How would you take action? Because you're trying to solve the riddle here, but the next puzzle piece will be given to you as an intuitive message, nudge. You have, how do I pronounce this? Healing. You have healing. Asclepius. Asclepius? Healing. So this here. On your face, it's like you can't hide it. So let's find out the meaning of this card. I've never had this card before from this deck. Asclepius was renowned for his powerful healing and pain-killing abilities. Such was his skill in the science of medicine, it was told that he could restore life to the dead. So at the beginning, I felt the cards were lifeless, and then they felt like they had no life. But lifeless as in light. There was a lightness to them, so very heavy, as if your soul's been drained. Well, your soul hasn't been drained, it's just nudging you. But healing is called for. Sexual healing, you know that that's going to make you feel better. But I feel this healing energy is coming not only through like the wise ones here, but the divine feminine's energy. Being in her presence is healing, very healing. It's like you're looking for a miracle. Asclepius was renowned for his powerful healing and pain-killing abilities. Such was his skill in the science of medicine, it was told that he could restore life to the dead. Apparently, he was born of light and fire, and so gave lost warmth to the sick, meaning he restored lost hope to their inner spirit. Mirth refers to his soft-fingered skills. The patients in his healing sanctuaries were expected to follow special purification rites, which involved bathing in thermal seawater springs, sleeping, fasting, and appropriate nutrition. During their first night, they would sleep on the temple floor, and their dreams assisted Asclepius, or the priests, or the high priestess in this case, to understand their ailment and its cure. So divine masculine, there is the divine feminine and the divine working together to understand your ailment and to find a cure for it. Pay attention to your dreams now and try to interpret their hidden meaning, for this might shed light on any healing needs that your soul might have. Perhaps you may also be interested in cleansing or might consider dietary improvements. Yeah, because your energy is looking sluggish. Well, you're looking jaded. There you go. Looking jaded. Was there more to this message? I think so. I'm not sure. No, that's it. So let's finish with a message from Rumi. I was going to say, I'm not going to use a Heal Yourself reading card because it doesn't seem to be helping, working, it's like you're unable to heal yourself. So your prayers have been answered. I believe you're beating yourself up a lot. There is no need to. That's what I strongly feel. You're beating yourself up. That needs to stop. Okay. Like now, that needs to stop. Hurting yourself is a form of self-punishment. Okay, well, the divine stepped in. Blessing of Al-Hakim. Card number 14. So we found out what the almond is. You're beating yourself up. Self-sabotage, self-infliction. Negative self-infliction. Beyond the joke. And there is a really jokey side in you. Like an amazing energy. That would be a beautiful energy to reside in. Light-hearted. It was jokey. It was fun. It can still be fun. Because it feels like it was fun. But it's over now. No way, Jose. Okay. You felt it before, you can recall that feeling again. Let's find out what this message means. Well, this is a serious message. Stop beating yourself up. Sell your cleverness and buy bewilderment. Cleverness is opinion, bewilderment is vision. Rumi. The gift of wisdom, that's the cure. Okay. Nice work, Divine. We got through that. That was easy to work out. That was easy, okay. But not for some. I understand that. This looks like the colour of the candle. I want you to see the colour of her gown. And really the colour of her gown. Okay, see the candle now? Yeah. Come stand next to me. Look, side by side. Don't be ashamed, don't be embarrassed. Stand mighty and proud and know your worth. The gift of wisdom, the blessing of Al-Hakim, gurgles up from your heart. Her blessing is evoked by life, like the laughter of a babe, joyfully responding to the playful tickle of the mother's hand. Wisdom can make divine sense of anything, especially of that where logic is blinded. How I revere the blessing of Al-Hakim, of wisdom, for she is precious and welcome to me now and always, the dear friend who brings me such peace. A blessing of divine wisdom of Al-Hakim is being ministered to your soul, watched over by Rumi himself. I mean, guys, can you see this healing here? Look, this is like, you're there. These are like the doctors, the healers, spiritual doctors, healers, working on administering wisdom into your soul. I believe that's what it said. A blessing of divine wisdom of Al-Hakim is being ministered to your soul, watched over by Rumi himself. Who's Rumi? I mean, come on. One of them's Rumi. They've all come out of the woodwork for you, Divine Masculine. You know they won't go away. I can hear your thoughts. I know that they won't go away. So what do they mean? Should you be following these spiritual interactions? This is soul medicine. It is a spiritual gift of healing. Could you please stop unbuttoning my blouse? Seriously, I've already lost a button from my blouse. So I don't know where that's gone, but we really cannot go any lower. It is a spiritual gift of healing, prophecy, insight, and the capacity to surrender any impatient claim for what you cannot yet have. This has to be maybe one of the funniest readings I've done, even though there's such a serious message behind it. Okay. I like this vibe. It's a good energy, okay? It's in vibrational alignment. So, but I mean, if you're having to change your face to adjust to your, environments, it's going to be difficult. I can see the challenge. Okay. As you receive this gift, this blessing which happens at a soul level, your attitude to life becomes more curious, open, still, and receptive. You no longer have the drive. You no longer have to drive the unfoldment of your desires into form. You rest in assurance that your daily application and effort is enough, and so is your surrender. Mental anguish is soothed, and you are able to accept the unfathomable nature of divinity in its expression of itself as life. You become comfortable with the reality that the price of being closer to the divine is the giving up of your need to always understand. From this place of increasing stillness, great activity will flow. You shall become capable of being the surrendered vessel to the guiding divine hand, and truly great contributions to the human soul evolving can occur through you. So much will simply emerge, erupt, pulsate, and emanate out of you, and yet you will feel within as though you were doing nothing at all, even whilst so much is happening through you. Such holy paradox shall become your daily experience. You may feel, unexpectedly perhaps, that in some ways your vision for your life and purpose, your divine passion, is clearer than ever before, and in other ways completely unknown to you, a discovery yet to be made. That is as it should be. Wisdom bestows upon us the sane capacity to work with the opportunities that are right before us, to release situations and circumstances that have passed, and to allow the future to take its shape according to the ineffable timing of life itself. This oracle comes with special guidance for you. If you are uncertain about an issue in your life, be at peace. There is divine healing that can occur most readily in the unknowing. Follow the sacred honouring ritual and know that all is indeed well, beloved soul. Perhaps you are journeying very deep indeed, and your allegiance to your intellectual mind is softening in favour of allegiance to your heart knowing. You may find yourself craving different company with different interests, or finding the world of opinions and debate rather less to your liking, and the worlds of creative expression more nurturing and nourishing to your essence. If this is the case, this oracle comes as confirmation to trust in the changes you feel within in any and all ways, no matter how insignificant or dramatic they may seem. Know that they are seedlings of a new way that shall grow from one step into an entirely new and more sacred orientation in your life. You will not necessarily have any idea how that will happen or what it will look like. This matters not. The acorn becomes the oak because that is its innate destiny. It happens without any active participation apart from a willingness to grow through life. And so it is with the precious blooming now happening within your soul. To know less can bring the greatest gift and blessing of all, to be able to love and therefore live more freely. This oracle also comes with special guidance to bring you peace. Look to the old ways, to the ancient wisdom teachings that run as one vein of life-giving love through all traditions. The old wisdoms teach of cycles, of timing, of letting go to allow for new life to happen, and of the greater intelligence and scheme of life to which we must surrender if we are ever to know even a moment's peace. The fire in your belly is a beautiful aspect of you. Just let it be the breath that swirls around and through the heart that ignites it, not the passing huffing and puffing of the impatient mind. For when the fire in the belly is fanned by the breath of the heart, you shall have peace and dynamic movement, restful stillness, and soul-inspired action all at once. You shall become one with the living holy paradox, and the healing power of your love shall know no bounds. Yeehaw! 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 Sacred honouring ritual. Say aloud, I call on the divine presence that loves me unconditionally, and I surrender into your wisdom. Bless me now with the ability to accept your grace, your bounty, and your gift of my life in all its mysteries. Help me learn and grow, that I may realise the love that lies within all, including my own being. May I dwell in the loving mystery of sacred compassion. I call upon the wisdom of the ancient ones, those who love me unconditionally and know truth. May your power and knowledge calm my mind and ignite my spirit, so that I may be one with love, empowered in peace and purpose. So be it. So be it. I mean, you've called upon these ancient ones. Rumi himself. Rest. You had completed your sacred honour and ritual. Page number 177. You're the one that I want. You are the one I want. Ooh, 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 honey. Okay. What a reading. What a reading that was. So, Divine Masculine, you have asked for help. Your call has been answered. And you are being infused with wisdom. Okay, we shall speak soon. Take care, much love. Bye for now.